Yes. Official. No. Official.
Isn't it?
Yes.
We are doing the election of the deputy majority whip. So our majority whip is
Deputy. Yes. My
deputy. So we have our deputy majority whip as Mudeni Samuel. Now the position of majority whip, we have two candidates. We have Jerry Kigwari and Margaret Gitari.
I vote for Jerry. How many of us? 1, 2, 3.
Jerry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 members. Any other vote for Margaret?
Zero.
Thank you. So I will declare the majority.
Thank you, honorable members.
Thank you.
Is one Margaret Gitari? No, we have the position of deputy majority leader. Deputy majority leader. Repeat election. And one party of the presidential candidature refused to participate in the election. Today what we are witnessing, THARAKA, is a boycott of one member and his team. And we shall still continue to have this election because we will not force one to cast his to exercise his right to elect. So we shall proceed.
We are back and I think we can have a press after the process. We can have a press after the process.
Yeah, we shall have a press.
Asunta. How many have Asunta? Asunta. Yeah.
Let me see.
Angalia. Angalia.
What you are saying? We are voting Asunta.
What is this? That is acclamation.
Because I'm not.
But we need the process as a process. Yeah. If you have already campaigned, you say I'm telling you, we are
I'm asking you to be here to witness the process, but I'm asking you at least to simame hapo.
agenda. That is what I want to tell you. What we cannot do, it is come here to be intimidated by people saying that we are from Jubilee. I want to tell you, we are not going to be right until the assembly will be free, until the assembly will be independent. I tell you the truth. Well, people are fighting for corona, we are here fighting because of elections. Wakati watu gavana wengine wako wanapigana kutafuta vitanda ya nini? Vitanda ya corona. Sisi tunapigania hapa. My friend, wacha nimwambieni, the assembly will be independent with or without Gaturo. We are here until tumalize Mheshimiwa Njeri atalishinda, mimi naenda nyumbani. Sina shida. Secret ballot my friend.
Ya mikono ndio inaonekana na kila mtu.
Mimi nikishinda na secret ballot sina shida. Nitaenda nyumbani.
It's clear. It is visible. Secret ballot hatutaki. Nyinyi umepika vitu zenu kwa hatutaki. Wote
Why are you asking me the same question?
No,
majority leader. Yes. And what if Muredi Mushiri?
I cannot be in such elections. Why are you giving my name? Yes. I can't do that. There is no need of even asking.
No, yes.
And Mr. Godfrey Mushiri has withdrawn from the election of majority leader. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I can't touch our election. I can't. Already that one is in there.
Members, we are there.
Already that one is in there. No need of coming here to acriminate.
Can we conclude and go home?
We can conclude. We can
Let us have a proposal for
Wezi kuja hapa kutuambia tunataka.
Anything secret.
We want we want secret ballot.
Kama umekuja kunyonga na kanini, we are very busy. That is why we had to change the constitution. That is why we had to change the constitution. Mimi kama kuna kitu siwezi, kama kuna kitu siwezi kaa hapa, yes, no, hapana. This is not, you cannot, no. Wakili hapana. Wakili hapana.
Wakili you cannot.
Ai, hapana wakili. Ai, hapana. We are here to ambia, already you have a list. Take the list and then you go.
Resume your position.
Let's have order and decorum in the house. Okay, have your seat as well. Honorable members, I want to give an opportunity to bet, which you've already done.
Exactly.
No, members of the press. No, no, they are supposed to be.
The Constitution of Kenya is supreme. Constitution of Kenya is supreme. 8E1. A free and fair election is by secret ballot. No. This is not a.
There are various types of elections. We have accreditation. We can have
That is why we had to change the constitution.
Na kama tunachezewa, we are no longer honorable members.
We have various types of elections. We have accreditation. And now we have the majority wants accreditation. Let's show hands of it.
We are not excited. How can you say that we are excited? Because of the election. We have never done it before.
Then we can have an election. Listen to me. No one is going away until we have an election.
But even the secret
This house
because you know what to do before. We are happy. I'm the one who went to court. I went to court because you changed the laws. I have to get to them.
You're making my work very difficult. You're making my work very difficult by being unruly.
We are not unruly.
I need to make a decision on this matter. Now, listen, members. We cannot have an election which is a contest of shout, as you're shouting. Your honorable members of the THARAKA County, please show some, decorum. Keep yourself attuned to what you guys have convinced your members in the constituencies to keep. Order, honor, and service.
You are dictating.
You are the one who has provoked us.
This is what I want to ask you members to do. The contest we are having is whether to have an election by secret ballot or an election by other means of voting, including show of hands. We are only 14 members. Now I want you to help me make that decision. It will not be my decision. And I don't want you guys to continue shouting. Those who, members of press, I want you to visit your cameras upon the members, not myself, on this one. Those who want to have a secret ballot, let me see your hands up.
Wakili kama ni hivyo hakuna haja ya kuuliza. Hakuna haja ya kuuliza hiyo swali. That is why the constitution is really clear on this. Wakili kama umesoma katiba mzuri, chapter 1 inasema mzuri sana. We are not talking about
I have read Article 21 to you members, all of you. Have I not done so? I have told you Article 21 of the Constitution at sub-Article 9.
But what is superseding the other? Is it in the Constitution or
Number 2, I have read the options that members of the county assembly have. And it is only proper please, it is only proper that when we are making a decision of what process we are going to visit upon ourselves. Remember, this is a democratic house, and normally in the normal practice of the houses, there's a process and procedures that have already been in practice. One, in your assemblies, when you're making decisions that require division, the speaker will ask you whether you agree or not by voicing a nay or a yay. I'm not asking you to say a yay or a nay here. Let me finish.
I'm saying, this is a court order. I'm the one who went to court, and I went to court because I know what happened before. That is where we are saying we want to seek a power. I went to court personally.
Yes,
I'm giving you hatuna shinda. Hiyo hatuna shinda.
Nikishindwa I have no problem.
This is not the Commonwealth. I tell you.
Yes. Very fair by raising hands. Very fair by attacking. Yes.
Who is right and who is wrong?
Listen, I have a question. I'm in a show.
Lakini we must say
we have equal rights. We go by what the majority are saying. Even if they
tuachane nayo. We have a right.
How can you do it?
Members of the press, tafadhali, let's have an house that is not interrupted.
But we cannot be here talking
waendelee kupatiwa, lakini kama si secret ballot, we are going to leave an assembly. Listening.
That is why we were calling for elections yesterday. Instead of
16th of this month, lakini tunapatiwa message kwa WhatsApp usiku saa 3
elections. We get by show of hands. It is constitutional. So that mikono ihesabiwe ikiwa kwa hewa, we are not in darkness in the light. Na kura sihesabiwe, mikono ihesabiwe, na tujue washindi wachukue viti.
watu wamepesa
to by ensuring the answer as strong but we don't want politics of corruption and politics of people who have the self-interest in the my friend, I will fight as people. We are good people. We respect the Jubilee Party and we are very loyal to the party. But we don't want intimidation. We don't want corruption. We want this matter to be referred to Jubilee and the quarters so that they come with a good method to ensure that the Jubilee leadership in THARAKA County is elected in a free, fair and credible manner. And by doing that, we shall continue supporting Jubilee and ensuring that we are in the government and we are doing the right thing. But we don't want intimidation, we don't want corruption, we want everything to be transparent, whereby every person is part of the system that is doing the affairs of the party.
You can't agree on other laws. The constitution is supreme.
You are very good in law. Ali wakili kwa watu. Wakili unasisitiza nyuma tena. Na hakuna haja tuwe tunaenda mzuri tunarudi nyuma. Ati hakuna secret, hakuna. Na hakuna kila watu unajua watu tisa wanataka nini, wanataka watu we cannot be divided.
I never voted for
in fact, when I was elected, I came here as Gatulo. Then I was given the election. Security ballot in your city in this world. In fact, at the assembly, wakati nilichaguliwa majority leader, it was a secret. You are not I'm a candidate now. Niambia utusome, utuambie wewe unasema ni nani? Hapana wakili. Unajua siwezi geti except wakili, we cannot come here with that predetermined idea. We can't. My contest is the method of election.
We shall have an election for majority leader on the second ballot.
Hapana, kama siwezi sema ni secret. Hapana.
You're holding us on ransom.
Wakili fanya hivi. Useme hakukua na election.
Hao wengine wamenyamaza kwa sababu maybe they know what they know. Me because I don't know what I know. That is why we are saying.
Sure, difficulties were.
Yes, let THARAKA.
You are the one who is making us this is difficult. You are the one who is making it difficult.
True.
Haya bana. Unaona tu wakili anajua watu sita. Anawaambia ka. Wakili hakuna haja ya kusita hapa. Unajua hata watu we received the assembly from Jubilee. That is why I had to contest. And if I contested, I'm here because I went to court personally. Yeah, the votes were, the minutes were cooked. Alafu natuambia wewe Gaturo sema ni Margaret sema hatuwezi. Even the minority have say.
This is the process we're going to use. Members, have your seat. I want to make a determination on the process that we're going to use. And if you're not comfortable with that process, there are two options available for you. One, we are not going to use secret ballot. I want the media to capture that, because it's unfortunate that every time there's an altercation, you come only when this member is on the floor. But you have not heard what other members of this country
No. Not that they are coming when I'm on the floor. Only that I'm saying, personally, I went to court. And as I went to court, I'm saying this thing is supposed to be given one thing. Secret ballot is the simplest and the best method when it comes to democracy.
And the constitution is
The constitution is very clear.
Give me a minute. This is the ruling of what we are going to, how we are going to conduct this election. One, the question of secret ballots is being proposed and seconded by only Mr. Gaturu.
No. I don't say that. It is seconded. How can you say Mr. Gaturu is the proposal?
Number two.
Only 5 members. 9 have refused.
Number two. We are not going to use the secret ballots. We are not going to use the secret ballots. And number 2, we are not going to use acclamation. Those are the 2 methods that are being contested by either side. One side supports secret ballots. I'm not going to say who. And the other side supports acclamation. I'm not going to say who. But as an umpire, I want to say Jubilee Party is here to make a process that is above board, unbiased, transparent, and verifiable. We have seen this happen in Senate, where the speaker sitting on his seat has ruled that members will be called by their name, and when your name is called, you will indicate
Don't come to divide us here. That is when it comes to a motion. Either we go to the house, we have a motion, so that you can just decode us. This is not a house.
Senator Kindiki belongs in this assembly.
It was a motion. The removal of Senator Kindiki was a motion in the Senate. I respect you. You are in the law. But Senator Kindiki was removed with a motion.
It was a motion.
It was a motion. It was not acclamation, but it was a motion. That was the motion of the house. I'm not shouting. I'm bitter. I'm not shouting, but I'm bitter.
I'm giving a ruling. We don't want direction. I'm giving a ruling.
We want election.
We want election.
People who are meeting
we must vote. Yeah, if it is not the let me tell you
tupige kura kwa wazi, sababu wanajua wanataka
who was used to write a fake letter that was led in county assembly, and again we were given this notice last night, so we cannot have election that has been stage managed by people.
Where are you going? If you are unanipiga na umeweka hapo unanirecord nini? Kazi yako ni nini wewe?
kama ni vita, achana na vita. Tafadhali naomba vita msipigane.
Media, tafadhali, these are the two candidates for majority leader.
My foot. We talk with our mouths, not with our hands. I am Mwandani, I respect you, but that cannot happen.
Thank you.
Mheshimiwa Millicent si bibi yake.
What is behind us? Leader of the THARAKA NITHI County Assembly na Jubilee Party ticket.
In fact, it's a
majority party. These two gentlemen are not fighting, as you can see. They are calmly here trying to reorganize and seek support from their members. But we can only conclude the determination of the court order if they agree to having to conduct an election that is acceptable to both sides. Now, he is a proposer and a proponent for secret ballots, whereas he proposes to have a local election. I am the umpire. I am supposed to determine of the two who should carry the day. Now you tell me, members, if I decide that Katuro should have his way and have a secret ballot, will I be fair to Peterson? No. It will.
It is the law that is said.
Yeah. If I listen to Peterson against Katuro's wish, will I be fair to
listen to the Constitution?
Now, the party constitution. This is what Article 21 of the party constitution says. At sub-article 9, A, it says that the caucuses of Jubilee Party shall hold meetings. What we have today is the caucus of the THARAKA NITHI County Assembly under Article 19(2) of the Jubilee Constitution. And the caucus agenda is to determine the leadership. These are the two leaders here. And whereas they cannot agree on the process, the law invites us to visit upon two kind of processes. One, build consensus. That has been the objective of Jubilee Party. And where there's no consensus, we do a division. Now there are procedures of conducting a division, both in the House where they sit as honorable members, and the acceptance process that is in the Constitution. The Constitution speaks of having a nay and a yea under Article 21, 9A. The country's Constitution, which members keep on referring to, has also enumerated the types of elections that an assembly or rather an organization can have. And some of those opportunities are where members are provided with an opportunity to declare their interest either through a secret ballot or through a verifiable method where they can show they actually met their interests. As the umpire of this process, with my returning of a process that is not questionable either to the members themselves, to the courts, and even challenging the party constitution, we shall have a process where only the verified members of Jubilee Party, who are 14 members, are seen to have determined their interests or determined their votes accordingly. And by so doing, we have decided as umpires and as representatives of Jubilee Party that the 14 members of the THARAKA NITHI County shall each have an opportunity to declare who he or she is voting for, not through a secret ballot, which in the previous court process, which I'm holding a court order here, was questioned and we were asked to return to this process.
Just to clarify, it was the issue. It was not the process. The issue of the minutes that went to the assembly that were questionable. Even now, the process of secret ballot, all of us were very okay. When you say, but when you, I'm saying I was okay that time because he has referred back. And let me,
you're not the lawyer. We have our lawyer now, the Jubilee Party.
Wakili, when there is a contention between the issues, we go back to the constitution.
Yes.
The party has a constitution,
which I read.
Which you have read. Then we have contention on that. Then we are supposed to go back to the constitution itself so that it can give us direction.
He has quoted Article 29.
No contention.
The lawyer has quoted Article 29 of the Constitution. What else are we arguing about?
You see, the advantage of the assembly of the Senate, it was a motion.
And what has
And he
Presidents.
yeah, because it was this is not a motion. This is not a motion.
Allow me to read the Constitution.
Considering you're being difficult.
I'm not difficult. Excuse me. I'm not difficult. Can you read the Constitution? Read the Constitution.
Yes. Why never can?
I'll just go direct to Article 21E. Free and fair election.
Read the rest. Read the rest.
The electoral system. Now, I'm reading Article 21 of the Kenyan Constitution. The electoral system shall comply with the following principles. 81A. Freedom of citizens to exercise their
Article 29 of the Constitution.
Number 3, universal suffrage based on the aspiration for fair representation and equity of vote. And the E, listen to we members, listen to Article 1E, free and fair elections which are 1. By secret ballot. Number 2, free from violence, intimidation, proper influence or corruption. Number 3, conducted by an independent body. Number 4, transparent. And number 5, unlisted and impartial. The Constitution is supreme, and then a law that is inconsistent with the Constitution is null and void. And when there are conflicting issues, the supreme law is the Constitution. It is the supreme guide.
The one who should interpret the Constitution is the judiciary. We are not in a court.
Yes. We are doing it in accordance with the party law.
Members, yeah? Yes. This is what
he's talking about it. We don't have trust with whoever is conducting this election. We have no trust. We have no trust with whoever is conducting this election.
That Jubilee, we have full trust. We have full trust with Frank Mwandani.
And
we have full trust with Mwandani.
Let me read the court orders to you, yeah? Proceed. But this is what the court order says. Order number 1, that the matter be returned to the respondent. In this case, the respondent was Jubilee Party. And the complainant was the majority leader, previous. That is Katuro. Number 2 says that while conducting this election, the respondent shall conduct fresh elections for the position of majority party leader, deputy majority party leader, majority party whip, and the representative of the majority party to the County Assembly Services Board in the THARAKA County within 30 days of the date of the orders and in accordance with the party laws.
With the party laws.
I want Katuro, you have had your moment.
Party laws. After security ballot, it is party laws. It is in the constitution of the party.
Members of the press.
Let's hear the party
Members
laws.
of the press is what I'm saying. I am the returning officer in this process. And whereas I respect the members of the county assembly with their interests, I have to say this, that Article 81 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 allows us to conduct an election that is very viable, that is transparent, that is not questionable, that is free of violence and intimidation.
And by secret ballot.
Intimidation.
And by secret ballot.
Yes, there's an addition of a secret ballot.
It's not an addition. First addition. It's the first one.
Let's give him time to talk. Let's give him time to talk. There are various kind of elections.
What you're witnessing here is what has actually been deviling this county assembly, where a few members of the county assembly take upon themselves to determine what is right.
But why we are going to that's why we are going to withdraw from this process.
This has been my direction that since the process of secret ballots has been questioned by a faction in the assembly.
Yes.
And the process of acclamation has been questioned by the
question the constitution. Constitution itself.
He's not questioning the constitution.
That is the
excuse me, Maze. The party constitution in its objectives has remained firm that it is an institution that wants to reconcile its members by amplifying the process of consensus. We might not be able to agree on the process of conducting the election here, whether secret or acclamation. But the bottom line is the assembly of the THARAKA NITHI has to be united because it is a Jubilee County assembly.
We are must go on.
In fact, you are the one who is demanding it.
My instructions are not to take sides in this process. Good. And I've said I have not known Gaturu previously, neither have I known Peterson previously. I have met them here.
But you have interest.
I have met them here. I have no interest at all.
You have.
Members of the press, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If I conduct the election by following the desires of one of the representatives, I'll be disenfranchising the other members.
Exactly. Yes.
Kwa sababu hakuna difference ya kusoma list hapa na acclamation. All of them are the same. It is one and the same.
I have said
wakili fanya hivi. Chukua list ile uko na interest nayo peleka. Hivyo tu.
We are going to have an election.
Hakuna election.
Tutachaguana.
I'm not a lawyer, but I know what happens.
The assembly must continue. We are going to do elections.
No. Members have been very patient, and I'm still very patient. And I'll let you guys vent. I'll let you say what you have to say until we have consensus. But this is the direction I'm giving. As the returning officer of the Jubilee Party, I'm not taking side. I'm not going to take side with Gaturu. Neither am I taking sides with Peterson. I have ruled. Members of the press. Whatever has happened in the National Assembly is going to happen here. We have president in the National Assembly and we have president in the Senate. We only have 14 members in the THARAKA NITHI County Assembly. Jubilee members. And what I'm saying as the returning officer, I want each of those members to declare whoever he's electing for majority leader, not by hiding cards at the table. Because I've been made aware that there have been efforts to try to reach out to me and compromise me, right? Which I have refused to meet either the majority leader former or the incoming member who is running against Peterson. And I've told them so that no one can question this process. We shall call the 14 members. Each of the 14 members shall declare who among the two is elected. That process is open. Waliweza kupata hizo barua kwa pigeonhole zao, na kwa sasa hivi wote 14 walipata kufika hapa, na kama notice haikuwa timamu ama haikuwa inafaa, basi tungekuwa hata na members hapa, lakini wote walikuwa hapa na tulianza hii mkutano vizuri kwa maombi, na tukakuwa na masuala mbili ambayo wakurugenzi waheshimiwa walikuwa nataka tutatue. Jambo la kwanza ilikuwa ni kuamua watatumia namna gani ya uchaguzi. Kuna namna mbili za uchaguzi ambazo walikuwa wanakazia kwa mkazo zaidi. Pande moja ilikuwa inaazimia kwamba tunaweza tumia ile inaitwa mtindo wa secret ballot, na wengine ilikuwa inasema ingetaka kufuatilia mtindo wa acclamation. Na mimi kama returning officer na singetaka kuchukua pande yote ile, nikaambia kwamba hatutatumia pande ya acclamation ambayo ilikuwa na waheshimiwa 9 ambao wanataka acclamation, na si hatungetumia secret ballot ambayo 4 ndio walikuwa wanataka kutumia secret ballot. Mmoja alikataa kusema wazimio lake, ikakuwa ni 4 ambao wanataka secret ballot, 9 wanataka acclamation, na mmoja akajizuia kuamua anataka uamuzi gani. Na maana nikaona hiyo inaleta taswishi kwa mwelekezo wa uchaguzi, nikaamua kwamba tutatumia mwelekeo ambao tumeona ikitumiwa parliament, tutatumia mwelekeo ambao tumeona ikitumiwa senate, na tutatumia mwelekeo ambao katiba ya Jubilee imetupatia. Na huu mwelekeo tutaupata pale kwa article number 21 of the Jubilee Constitution, sub-article 9 at A, ambapo imesema caucus ama mkutano kama ikifanyika, yafaa viongozi wapate consensus ama waeleanwe, na kuelewana kule waseme ndio au la na kutoa sauti ile inatangwa ye or nay. Na mimi nikasema maana sitaki hiyo shouting competition, ningetaka kufanya count kwa ile mwelekezo inaitwa roll call. Kwa hivyo kama kiongozi mmoja anataka kiongozi mwingine, nitasoma jina ya wote 14 na kila mmoja ataweza kusema anamchagua mgani. Maana ile mtindo iko clear, kila mtu anasikia vile mwingine anasema. Hakuna kusema kwamba ballot zilikuwa 14, 4 walichagua mtu fulani, wengine walichagua mtu fulani, ila hali tuko na roll call. So tumefanya hiyo roll call election. Kila mmoja wao mwenye alikuwa anataka kuchagua mtu fulani, nimesoma jina ya wale walikuwa candidates, na nikapata numbers za wale wamechaguana, na nitawasomea hizo results. Whip ambaye ambao walikuwa nagombea walikuwa Mudheni Samuel na mwenzake alikuwa ni Dennis Mutwiri. Wakati tulianza uchaguzi, Dennis Mutwiri alisema yeye hataki kusimama kama hatachaguliwa na secret ballot, na kwa hivyo aka withdraw kutoka kwa process. Lakini nikaendelea kuhesabu wale ambao walikuwa nataka kuchagua Samuel Mudheni, na nikapata Mudheni amechaguliwa na kura 9. Tukaenda kwa kiti ya majority whip. Pale tulikuwa na Njeri Kagwari na tulikuwa na Margaret Gitari. Ambapo tulikuwa tunafanya huu uchaguzi, Margaret alisimama akasema yeye anataka kuchaguliwa, lakini wale wanataka kumchagua hawaoni pale foreni, maana walikuwa wametoka. Kwa hivyo wakati tulifanya election, Njeri Kagwari akachaguliwa na watu 9 na Margaret akachaguliwa na mmoja pekee yake, kura yake pekee yake. Tuende kwa deputy whip, deputy majority leader. Tulikuwa na Jones Kanayeni.
Kuna mmoja ama yule mwingine tutapendelea, tutafanya kazi vile ambavyo inafaa, tupeleke agenda ya serikali katika bunge, tuizungumzie ndio tuweze kuzungumzia wananchi wa Tharaka Nithi County. Kwa hivyo kwa hayo mengi mimi nashukuru sana na tunasema asante sana, na pia kwa wenzangu kwa kuona ni vyema niwakilishe kama leader of majority. Asante sana.
Jubilee membership in your assembly, is it divided?
Siwezi sema iko divided kwa sababu ile kitu tunajua wanasiasa, kumbuka wale watu wako pale ni wanasiasa na wote ni namba moja. So katika mambo watatofautiana, lakini haiko, the house is not divided. Kwa hivyo hata ukiona, unajua ile ni interest. Ukiona mmoja anaruka juu ya yule mwingine anafanya vile, ile ni interest, lakini katika kuwajibika kwa ile kazi ambayo tulipatiwa na mwananchi wa Tharaka Nithi County, sisi ya kitu kimoja.
Nominated MCA. Nimekuwa elected kama deputy majority whip kwa chama ya Jubilee hapa Tharaka Nithi, na nataka kushukuru wenzangu kwa kuwa na imani na mimi kutoka mwanzo wa hii assembly since 2017 vile tuliingia. I've been holding this office for the last 3 years. Na nataka kueleza ya kwamba nitaendelea kuwatumikia na tutaendelea kufanya kazi pamoja. Kwa wenzetu wenye wameshindwa wajiunge na sisi tufanye kazi pamoja, sababu kwa mashindano lazima kuwe na mshindi na mtu mwenye ameshindwa. So we are together as a Jubilee family, lakini hiyo ni it was just an elections. Kwa hivyo hakuna maneno ati tumekuwa divided or what. Ile kuwa tumepiga kura, wengine wakapata zao, wengine zao zikakataa kutosha, na maisha inaendelea. Na mwisho ni kwamba sisi kama house leadership, jukumu letu hapa kwa bunge letu la Tharaka Nithi ni kuhakikisha kwamba serikali inafanya kazi ama miswada ya serikali inaendelea vizuri kwa assembly yetu. Na agenda zote za Jubilee kutoka juu yenye inaongozwa na Uhuru Kenyatta, ambaye tunajua is in charge of this country and in charge of the party. Tunataka kuelekeza mawazo yetu na bidii zetu ku make sure how the agendas of the president zimepitishwa vizuri hapa mashinani na watu wamepata services zenye wanafaa kupata. Hapa Tharaka Nithi kiongozi wa Jubilee mwenye tuko naye hapa ni Muthomi Njuki ambaye ni governor wetu, na pia as house leadership tunawahakikishia wananchi wa Tharaka Nithi tutaendelea kumuunga mkono kwa maneno yote ile yenye anataka kufanyia wananchi wa Tharaka Nithi, na kumuunga mkono kupitisha miswada yenye inaleta manufaa kwa wananchi wa Tharaka Nithi. That is our agenda from the party leader hapa juu mpaka hapa county. Tunasema Muthomi Njuki is in charge. Wenye alikuwa anafikiria Muthomi Njuki is not in control, ajua ya kwamba leo Governor Muthomi Njuki is in charge of Tharaka Nithi and the President Uhuru Kenyatta is in charge of the country called Kenya. Asanteni sana.
Because I've been elected as a deputy majority leader. In our county, we have 14 members of Jubilee, and we have managed to elect the 4 leadership for guiding the issues in the house. Being one of them, we will cooperate even with those who have been defeated, because it comes once per 2 years. They were there previously, and today another group has been appointed so that we can work for Tharaka Nithi County under Muthomi Njuki. We have been following the policies of the Jubilee party, whereas the lawyers of Jubilee have been sent from the Jubilee party from Nairobi, and we have done what was required. Thank you.
Ila tulikuwa tumeitwa, kama mimi nilipata barua jana jioni kama saa 2 hivi ya usiku, na hiyo barua ilikuwa imeandikwa tarehe 16 mwezi huu wa Juni. Kwanza nikasema lazima niingie, hata kama nimeitwa na masaa na barua iliandikwa kitambo, nikasema niingie nisikie yale yaliomo. Sasa ile nimeingia Threats Gardens, mahali kulikuwa na uchaguzi, nikaja nikakuta MCAs wale wengine wote wamefika, na wale walikuwa nakuja kutusaidia kusimamia hiyo uchaguzi walikuwa pale. Tukaanza kuongea na tukaanza sasa kuulizana ile njia nzuri ya kufanya huu uchaguzi ni gani. Na vile niliona hapo tuligawanyika kabisa, na nilikuwa nilifikiria tunakuja kama timu moja ya Jubilee. Wetu wengi tumesoma constitution, katiba yetu ya Kenya, na hiyo ndio iko juu ya katiba zote zile zinatengenezwa huku chini, hata kama ni katiba ya chama cha Jubilee, hata kama ni katiba ya political parties ama ile ingine, hizo zote ni subordinate kwa constitution of Kenya. So sasa ile niliangalia vile inasemekana na vile kwa katiba inasema. Katiba section 80 E1 inaongea the first thing is elections should be done by secret ballot. Hiyo ndio mimi nikiwa na waheshimiwa 5 tulisimamia, tukasema tufanye uchaguzi wa secret ballot, kwa sababu hiyo haitafanya mtu apigane na mwingine na hakuna mtu atajua ni nani alimpea kura. Hiyo ndio ile inaitwa democracy. Lakini kuna timu nyingine naye ikasema wanataka acclamation bila kuinua mikono. Sasa tukawa pale tumegawanyika na hakuna wale wamekubaliana hii ifanyike ile ifanyike. Na kama mtu amesomea sheria, kwa sababu nimesomea sheria na niko I am a gazetted prosecutor. Kama acclamation imekanuswa na mtu moja, hiyo it does not hold water. Acclamation ni watu wote wakubaliane. Sasa kwa sababu kulikuwa na acclamation na secret ballot, tungerudi tuulizane. Hata kama ni kufanya ile secret ballot ya kujua ni nini tutatumia kwa hii uchaguzi, tufanye. Lakini wale wamekuja ni kama walikuwa na predetermined mind. Tumejaribu kuteta, tumejaribu kuongea, lakini they have insisted. Hata mbeleni walikuwa wamesema hakuna acclamation, hakuna secret ballot. Lakini saa ile sijui wameona kama tunachukua the day, wakasema watachukuana vile wanataka. Kwanza wakatuteka tukapeana majina pale. Saa ile tumepeana majina pale, tukifikiria sasa atarudi kuuliza, tukaona ameanza kuuliza ni akina nani wako kwa huyu. Sasa nikaona faction yetu, kwa sababu sisi watano tulikuwa tunataka viti, nilikuwa nataka kiti ya majority whip, nikasema kama hatutafanya secret ballot na hatujakubaliana kufanya hii na acclamation, me I am not going to be in elections that are fraud. Kwa hivyo mimi nikajiondoa pale, na kwanza nikaita Honorable Tuju, Secretary General wa Jubilee pale, nikasema yeye ndiye anaweza kunisaidia sasa, kwa sababu uchaguzi kama wa chama isipofanyiwa na secret ballot inakuwa shida. Tharaka Nithi, kuna swali umeuliza. Assembly yetu ni ya watu wachache sana, lakini we are not independent. The moment watu wa Tharaka Nithi honorable members wale wamechaguliwa, wale wamekuwa nominated, watajua kazi ya MCA ni gani, ndio siku wataanza kufanyia wananchi kazi. Kazi ya mwananchi ya MCA ni oversight, na representation, and it is policy formulation. Lakini hii imekosa kwa sababu lazima kuna outside forces ile inaambia wengine ile watafanya. Sisi because we are independent, we are not friendly to the system. Mimi najua haitasaidia mwana Tharaka Nithi County ama ile haitasaidia mwana Chogoria Ward. So mimi nataka kusema those elections are null and void. I did not accept. Nilitoka pale na nikasema sitakuwa partisan wa elections zile zimefanywa, na tunakataa. Wangeenda wakae chini ama waite wale watuma waambie hapa kimeumana tufanye namna gani. Na kwa and I cannot substantiate. I'm a politician, I'm entitled to say what I want to say. Kama kuna timu ilikuwa pamoja waka agree on what to do, they were just coming to rubber stamp. And the rubber stamp me, I cannot be partisan to rubber stamp because Tharaka Nithi County is under siege. A county assembly, Tharaka Nithi County Assembly cannot think independently. We are now going to go back to the drawing board and then we continue doing the work of what we are supposed to be doing. That is the oversight. Thank you.